What's going on, guys? Greek Freak here, and in this video we're going to be explaining how I believe that the Celtics could create a new dynasty. With the Celtics having the #1 pick in the draft, they can pick up a nice new point guard that would actually end up working for them. I know how I said before not to do it, but also now I've thought of the new idea of them trading away Isaiah Thomas, as he's starting to age up as a small point guard. That could become an issue where he may only have 2 or maybe 3 more years of him being at this level that he's at right now. And the #1 person that I think that they should trade it to is Philadelphia, who is full of young talent, and I believe that the person they should go for is Jahlil Okafor. I know what you're thinking. That's not much of a comeback for them as far as for the Celtics, but with the #1 overall pick, they can draft either Lonzo Ball or Malik Fultz at #1. I personally would go with Lonzo Ball. And once they get Jahlil Okafor, they'll have another good power forward to go with Al Horford. And here's the big thing. They also would have enough cap space after trading away Isaiah Thomas to actually get Gordon Hayward, who actually can't even get as big of a deal because of the All-NBA team that he didn't get selected to, which is crazy. Which is the exact situation that Paul George is in, making this a very interesting thing that could make them a future dynasty. And this is how it would work. For the first part, we'll be explaining Jahlil Okafor. Jahlil Okafor is a major part of this deal because of the fact that the reason that it's a given, because the 76ers are openly been trying to get rid of Jahlil Okafor. So they will not deny the deal. They'll get a good point guard for a few years and somebody to match up with, considering the fact they'll probably not have an opportunity at a guard inside of the draft. They also, whenever you look at the stats that he puts up, 11 points and about 5 rebounds per game but he came off the bench for this year because of the sizing of the 76ers with the 3 centers, basically, that they have drafted. And with that, they have a lot to build off of. He can obviously help them rebound more, which is something the Celtics need. They also has a scorer down low, which helps against teams that are playing small. So I believe, and he's of course very young, and I believe that this is exactly what the 76ers need, so that way they have a good front court with the Al Horford, Jahlil Okafor, and Gordon Hayward. And that moves me on to my next point. Gordon Hayward, the second part of this, is that he really can move without the basketball. He doesn't destroy any form of systems because he works so well off the ball. He's great at catching, slashing to the basket. He's a great defender, and obviously showing that he could score and keep teams in it, such as Utah against even teams like the Clippers, and actually beat them out in the first round. Now, of course, like I said, his contract with being the all-team NBA, he didn't get. He actually worked pretty well, because now he's not going to feel as enticed to stay with Utah. It really would have to be his personal opinion. I feel like you could very much sway him away by showing all this promise and the weakness of the East at the moment. Everybody knows the fact that right here is just great defense that he just shows. That's the type of player you need if you really want to contend. And he really just shows that he's young, he's going to be available, things will happen. And as you can see, offensively gifted and defensively, he's a great two-way player. I think he's probably top 3 two-way player, right behind Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. They just really show out very well. He obviously has more to develop as well, being as young as he is, and being his first real major free agency that he's going to be going into. For this part, I will be explaining it with both situations, with both guards, considering the fact that they can choose between the two. right here is what I believe would be the best pick for them, which would be Lonzo Ball. This would help it because the whole team would not rely ball dominant at all. They can move without the basketball. And not only that, he's a great facilitator, which helps out people like Gordon Hayward, Al Horford, and Jahlil Okafor with getting shots. He obviously shows that he can be a threat going off and actually going. He obviously needs more development on being able to make the moving shot, as he's great with set shots, but a moving shot such as a fadeaway can be very much more difficult for him to make. He can obviously spread the floor. He's going to be great as far as that. Of course, he'll need to work more on defense to compete off in the NBA. But like I said, ball movement, everything would work perfect to the system, and great developments over there at the Celtics organization, which would just make this great for them. The style of play of UCLA really would match up well as far as the Boston Celtics. And that's why I believe that this would be the best option for them to pick, because he really does have what they really, to me, need. Other situation is Malik Fultz. He's not a very much the same type of player as Lonzo Ball, but he really could actually help them as well. Of course, he is a better scorer than Lonzo as far as all-around shooting and different ways to score the basketball. The main situation is that the passing is not directly the same. Everybody knows that. Of course, with him playing at a smaller college and not making it as far in the NCAA tournament, it makes you have to question how great the player is, because you don't know directly how do they stack up against the top tier talent. Now, of course, it's the whole point of this situation is that it will take maybe 2 or 3 years for this dynasty actually to start off, because of the fact that it's going to be multiple years training and developing players. But the Celtics will definitely move on and become more successful, as they will be more situational, because they'll be a younger team that has more situations. If they stick with Isaiah Thomas, they're only going to be getting older. Their best player is going to be going out. He's not going to be much of a passer. And then you don't have all these free agents just wanting to go. As far as with Gordon Hayward, all of them, it could be another big four for the Boston Celtics. And I know that they would really be looking forward to that and seeing a dynasty. And the trade would hopefully benefit them. It will be successful. I don't think that there would be a reason that Philly wouldn't accept the trade. And that's just what I believe right there. So guys, tell me what you guys think of in the comments below, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to become a part of the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta!